Good morning. This is Sara, psychic medium, and this is a live broadcast from my pajamas, in my pajamas, literally. It is 6:45 in the morning here, I think. This is your weekly psychic astrology tarot scopes, and I thought I'd come to you live on YouTube because normally, and I do have clothes on, I go to Facebook, but I thought I'd get these done early, then they're just up for you. And apologies, guys, for not being there last week, but I thought I would actually take my own advice and take some time for myself. If you enjoy this vlog and you would like a private reading, then just go straight to my website, www.saraperrypsychic.com, or email me at saraperrypsychic@gmail.com. There's still a special offer for Saturday, $33 only, and you can still pick up a lesser expensive option for a mini reading or quick question. So do check out the description box below, maybe a bit later on, because I'm going to just put this up and then I will hopefully get everything time-stamped. If I haven't done it, then feel free to do so. It's been so incredibly busy with everything going on, and again, apologies for not being around, but really excited today. And this was another reason I wanted to broadcast, because today I can go in the sea. So in a couple of hours, I'm going to be taking my bits and pieces and I'm going to go and put myself in that ocean. I have been wanting this for so long. This is the thing that I have missed the most. So I'm really, really excited. Now let's look at the week, what's going on, the energies around the week, what I'm picking up, general messages, and then I'm going to look at the individual horoscopes as well. First of all, we've got a bit of playful energy going on to start with, but there's still this sort of aggro going on with people. You know, it's like we've been let out, we're free, but no one was really holding you in, unless you live in Spain or somewhere like that where we were really restricted. It seems to be this sort of, we've let you out and now you're breaking free again. I think this is all to do with the retrogrades, but it's also a sense of, I don't know what to do with myself now I'm out here. And with this energy that this viral restriction has caused, it's created this uncertainty in people, but also it's brought up a lot of fear in people where they just don't know where to put themselves. And I just feel it's all frustration coming out, and it's just like, I've got to burst, so I'm just going to do it in this way. And so this is why it's becoming in angry bar brawls and all these other battles going on. I'm seeing later this week some sort of battle with two figureheads going on, but it's very sort of childish. It's like, oh, you did it, you did it, you did it. And I think people are going to start seeing this as a little bit immature. My guidance to all of you is just step back from everything that is going on. Just do your thing, keep safe, be sensible. Yes, you may not believe you're going to get the virus, none of us, we don't know, but at the end of the day, there is belief and there's faith, and I'm all in for that. But just remember that this has come from a much bigger source and we're not invincible. Okay, so just look after yourself and take care and follow your own, your own structures. Now, the other thing that I was feeling while I was locked down, I did a lot of cleansing, a lot of karmic clearing myself, and my space was lovely. But the moment that the ease of the lockdown happened, I noticed all this energy starting to filter back into the streets, and that caused me uncertainty too. And I think that's another thing that is creating this disease in disease, excuse my pun, in people. Now, if you go on the YouTube, if you go on the tube every day or the bus, and you're used to doing it for months and months and months, you're used to all these different energies around you. When you're taken away from it and then you go back onto that public transport, it's really weird. Everything's sort of, oh, hang on a minute, I had my own space, everything was fine. So, it's causing this unrest in people. So just be aware of that. So just keep telling yourself, I'm okay, everything's good, I'm just going to get on with my day, and everything will be good. So there is a playful energy around, I've just said, before, and at the beginning of the week, but I feel it's going to come in slowly, because this, what I call this release and craziness, is still about. Okay, so again, guidance, stay away from that. But I do see some new beginnings emerging. I am seeing relationships turning a corner. big changes of pattern. Now, I know there's some people that have found these changes to be a little bit disturbing because people have completely changed tact. Now, I feel this is to do with, excuse me, the Venus retrograde as well, and things going on there where this feeling of, I mean, it just, all three retrogrades together create a lot of change in people. Um, and again, just go with the flow. If the more you dissect something, the more you analyze something, the more complicated it's going to get. Just focus on you. Okay, take the love back for you, and let other people deal with themselves. And my advice is, if love is going to be, it's going to be. It'll find its way. So just give it time. At the end of June, you're going to see things starting to open again. It's going to feel like spring coming up, and flowers are coming up, and things are just getting better. Now there is loyalty around. I do feel with as the ease of the restriction is happening, that people are starting to connect more with family, and I'm seeing a lot of love given and received there, and there are some honest truths coming out, so be ready for that. I'm going to sneeze now. This isn't good, is it? I'm trying to be really quiet because it's so early and everyone's listening out there. So yeah, there could be some home truths said. There could be some people saying some things that they kept inside them for a while. I'm not seeing it sort of coming out in an erratic way, more sort of calm and collected, and this is how I want it and this is how it's going to be. The other thing is, some people are going to be wanting to change direction suddenly. Now, I am going to say, if you're thinking of changing things up, thinking, right, I'm going to start a new business, I'm going to, move abroad, I'm going to do all this, just make preparations, do the research, but don't just do it, okay? Again, I think the retrograde is going to have massive effects on you. You're going to, because it's pulling away the energy, so you're going to want to pull it back. It's like everything's going, so I need to bring it back in. So be aware of making big purchases. Suddenly going and having your hair done a completely different colour you never would have dreamed of before, because after, if it's permanent, don't do anything. Sorry, that was the dog moving the screen. If it is permanent, then how are you going to change it? You're going to have to wait till it grows out or get it cut out. So do things gradually, or just that's something you can change again if you really want to. Now, there is a lot of strength and positivity in relationships. I said there was a lot of abundance and change of patterns happening here, which is good. And new beginnings starting there as well. So I'm liking this. There are some doors shutting though. And I feel this is like people saying, I don't want to know anymore. I'm not going there again. This is it. And there could be protective barriers going up. Now this could be that situation where I said some partners are changing and then saying, oh, I'm just not into it anymore. And you're like, what happened there? Just go with it. I just feel this is pain coming up. It's understanding and learning in them, and that is what is causing this change. If love is meant to be, it will find a way. So just focus on yourself. Remember, when you're with somebody, you meet someone, there's always a similarity. There's something that draws you together. So look at that. There could be some of you feeling like, oh, I'm just going to be the victim, and I'm just going to, my life's over. It's not, okay? Just let go of it. Like I said, there's new opportunities coming, there's new possibilities of learning, and there is more independence here as well. Let go of jealousy or envy or what everyone else has got. This is your time now to expand and to explore yourself from the inside out, okay, to make things better. You've got a chance to really get things on track. Think about quality and getting things so they're really solid, because then comes sort of October really onwards, things can really start taking off. There's a lot of inspiration here as well, I feel, from male energy particularly. Okay, I'm just going to get my little coffee here. Let's look at the astrology signs. So hopefully everything will be back to normal next week. I'll do some lives as well. But for anybody who's just tuning in right now, I just thought I'd get up and do this because I'm just not finding the time to do it at the moment. I'm so sorry. But I'm still here. Right. Aries. Right. This is showing that you are going to be facing some patterns again this week. Things that you have seen many, many times before, but this time you've got a chance to free yourself. I feel this is something coming back. It could be someone coming back from the past, a situation you thought was done and dusted, something that you've got over. The positive thing here is that you know, all right? You know that this is a pattern, all right, because you'll be aware of it. So you'll think, here we go again, all right. So in itself, it's a good thing. If you didn't see it happening, you just continue on down that line. This card is showing you that you've moved on. Two of Wands, okay, you're going into something new. You could be entering a new partnership this week, and then somebody from the past appears again, or they do something that you think, oh no, here we go again. This is your opportunity to change tact, okay? I did say about changing patterns in relationships. Think about how something is going to be more progressive this week, how it's going to, don't go down that old road. If you're the one that was always pushed around and manipulated, be the one that is assertive and knows your boundaries and has a better structure. She's got a doorway out of here. She can sit here, you can sit here and weep and cry and do whatever, or you can just take that opportunity and make the change, because this is showing that you've already stepped into a new cycle, that things are much better. So another little message is, don't let somebody tell you what to do. You lead, okay? If they want you, they'll still be holding on to the string, but don't you be the one dragging your heels and, thinking, I can't let go. Just let go. It's fine. Everything's good. You are already there. You're already where you need to be. Okay? So if you do face something from the past, remember that you've been here before, so you know how to deal with it and you know how it ends. So do something different, guys. Excuse me, I've got a runny nose now. I'm looking for some tissue. You'll see all of this. Okay, there we go. Okay, how exciting for you to see this. This is how I've got up. All right, this is what I look like in the morning, guys. Okay, Taurus. Right, okay, Taurus. You may want to retreat this week, okay, to get back the control. I'm getting the feeling you want to step back from people, but you need to relook at a plan as well. Everything could be moving too fast. Everything could be too much in your face. Maybe there's some structure that you've had, and it's not working out the way that you thought it was. You have got the opportunity to take control. I feel like this is the time for you. You're really on the brink of taking off on something, and it's really exciting. Somebody could have offered you a contract or a deal. Take the time out to consider it. Really check the small print. And decide, make sure that it's exactly what you want. Is it going to give you the opportunities that you want? Is it going to allow you the progression that you want? This is showing that, this, if you take a step back, that you are going to get much better clarity, and you'll also be more inspirational, okay? So don't be afraid to do it. I feel like rushing isn't the option here, but something could be placed. I feel like I've seen a pen, and a piece of paper and something to be signed. It could be a house deal. It could be just something legal. I feel like, though, what you wanted before isn't quite the same as it is now, okay? So go back and, if you've got a list of everything that you want to achieve and the goals that you want to get to, and that this piece of paper or document or offer isn't exactly that, then go back and negotiate, and maybe go back over the original list and decide, is that what you still want? Because the lockdown can, bring so many of those changes. This is showing the end of an affair, an end of a situation. So it could be the end of a dream, it could be the end of a relationship, but you're waking up. It's a realization. It's the realization that something isn't going to be as it was. I'm just doing this psychic astrology today. Okay, but I will come back on live another time. Okay, but this is showing you awakening and just realization. So take the time out to really think. If something doesn't feel right, when you just think, oh, this isn't right, something just doesn't gel anymore, then take some time for yourself, because I think that a light will go on and you'll realise that actually you do have a choice, you do have control. You don't have to continue down the same road. You can change your plan if you want. God, it's so so hot here. It's really hot this morning. I'm absolutely melting. Okay, moving on to Gemini. Right, I'm seeing a positive situation this week could bring a change for you. There's something that is ending, something needs to be decided, and something needs to be discarded, all right? And you have a choice to make. Now, I'm saying happy situation. It could be a social event, it could be an anniversary, because we are in Gemini right now. Birthday party that you run every year, and this year it's different. Now, obviously, with the lockdown and restrictions, things are changing, aren't they? And things are going to be different. Maybe you've got to do a long distance party, or you try and do the same thing and it just isn't the same anymore because you've changed, they've changed, the situation's changed. And I'm seeing somebody trying to get a cake right and it not happening, and the flow just isn't there anymore because the love isn't there. And it's not the love for the person or the love for the event, it's just you are different, you want to do things differently, and maybe you've been following a tradition that you haven't really enjoyed. So it's like you're weighing things up and something is not happening. Something, I feel that there's somebody as well that can't be there, or somebody was going to be visiting at that point, and they, there's a sadness there, there's a feeling of loss here. It doesn't mean that somebody's passed, but it could be, and that this year, this normally happy event is different, it's changed. But what you're being told is that there is positivity, there is something better. And I don't mean that somebody can replace relatives or that kind of loss, but what is coming in on the horizon is good, and that you are seeing things more clearly. We've got a little clock here showing divine timing. This could also be that something happened, something that you were looking forward to isn't going to happen after all this week, that you find out it's not, it's not going to take place, and you feel maybe a bit let down. But there's something better, all right? That's all I'm going to say. Something will replace it, and it will be so much better. And if you feel as well you haven't got room, it's time. It's time to let go. It's time to move on. Then do so, because I feel it's going to bring more happiness in for you this week. There you go. Look, choosing heart. What's best for me? What's the best thing? Maybe you've got to choose between two people. Maybe something's come to a head and it's time to decide, I can't have all of this in my life. It's too busy. When you've been separated for so long, then suddenly everyone's back again. It's like, oh my God, I can't cope with this. So I feel like there's a decision to make. You're definitely at a crossroads this week, Gemini. Something has changed, definitely. And I think you're going to realise it and you're going to become aware of it. So do what's best for you. Now you're going to say, I don't know what's best for me. Hi, Ange, how are you? I'm so sorry I haven't been around. It's been a nightmare. I'm just doing what I do. There's no structure. Cheers. Here's my coffee. Right. Such a runny nose. Oh, sorry. Cancer. Cancer. Right. This is a time for you to use your skills. Two major cards here. This is massive. This is all linked to do with relationships, but choices as well that you need to make with people around you. I see the world shifting around you, and you're going to see it. And I feel like, because I don't normally look at this card like this, but he's got like a clock in his hand. He looks like he's about to start a race, and I feel that you're racing against time. It's like, right, I've got to get something sorted. This has got to change now, because I'm not going to be dealing with it anymore in this way. And I just feel that there's going to be a major change this week, particularly around a partnership relationship, and you're going to start putting your magic into the situation. It's like you're taking control, but in a good way. You're using your skills to make something work and to eliminate what isn't really there. The magician, he's got his he can pull on all his skills. He's got his magic wand and can make things happen. He has got the skills of manifestation, and I feel like, this is a wonderful week if you want to sort of put some magic out there. But you will be called upon. It's almost like the time is right. This is, I've got to do this now, because otherwise I'm going to lose my chance. And I feel like there is like this portal that's just about to close. It's like the clock is ticking. It's like that program 24, it's going do, 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 and it's time. It is really time. So make the decision. there's something else here, you know, in it that's in the way, and I think you can see it clearly, and you know what you've got to do. So there's a real sense of knowing, awareness this week for you, and also your strengths and what you've got to offer. And maybe, you know, you're in a situation of a threesome, you know, where somebody else is having an affair, or you, you're you're the other half, or you know, the third party, or something like that, and you suddenly realize you've been putting yourself at the lower rung, and then you realize, actually, I'm better than that, I'm worth more than that, so I'm going to do what I've got to do, and I'm going to show you my skills, I'm going to show you what I'm made of, and it will turn things around. Now, take the blindfold off though, so if you're not seeing it, or you don't want to see it, or you're still avoiding it, open your eyes, because I feel like you've got to open your eyes to yourself, you've got to open your eyes to your heart and see what's really going on there, and how you're hurting yourself, because some of you are, you know, it's like, stop avoiding the inevitable, stop making excuses for not using your skills, or say, you know, it's easy, isn't it, when we're in a situation we're in now, to sort of step back and say, well, I'm unable to do that because everything's closed, and then you get into this sort of pattern. And I feel it's not all just to do with relationships, it's as in other people, it's the relationship with you, it's like you starting to get to know you again, and realizing what you're worth and what you're made of. And it's time, I feel like this week it's time to get back on the horse and get going again, and put everything into action, and taking control of what's happening. You know, it's everything's easing now, so you can do it. Well, it is around here a little bit, not that much. Right, Leo. Okay, so we've got relationship situations with you as well. I feel this is about weighing things up, and again, taking control as well for you. I think in some sense you've felt like you've been pushed into a corner, or you've been going along with something because you felt it was sensible and it was the way it was. You know, it's like if you're living with somebody, and or you're in a job, and you know all of this kicks off around the world, and again the choice is sort of taken away. You've just got to do what you've got to do, you've got to deal with the situation, and I feel like you've been dealing with it, but this week it's like, nah, I'm going to do what I want now. And there's something coming up here, like, you know, someone's either, I wouldn't say playing around, but you know that if someone's messing you around, and this could be in work as well, I feel like someone's not being really honest with you, and you've known it for a long time, and it's coming out, and you're starting to realize it, and you put it off, and you've stepped back a while, and you've thought, oh, I'll just leave it for now, because I don't want to rock the boat, and you know, at least I know I'll deal with it. But then something's going to happen this week which is going to cause you, something maybe said that puts you down or disrespects you, and suddenly you just say, no, enough is enough. This to me is like you getting back on the horse. It's not being bullied anymore. Something has been going on in your mind for a long time, and this week is a week of change for that, and get that balance back. So, you know, trust yourself. You are, you know, you're allowed. This is interesting as well, because you've got jealous heart, and I think this could be, there's anybody that is causing you issues. It's to do with jealousy. I don't think this is you at all. I think this is somebody else. And you're realizing that the way people are behaving around you, you know, it may not be particularly nice, but you're realizing that, you know, before you think, oh, well, it's not jealousy. Why would anyone be jealous of me? You know, I have a lot of people say that in reading. They go, oh, I don't know what they've got to be jealous of. Well, who knows? But the biggest, bolshiest, most competent people are often the ones that are the most jealous, and they put you down because they don't want you to have any more. They want you to feel small. They want you to feel like the victim. Okay? So I've got to blow my nose here. I always get a runny nose in the morning. Excuse me. Okay. I'm not sick. I've just got this. Okay, so see your worth this week. I think it's time to sort of say, I'm allowed to ride the horse now. You're on the back, you're on the floor. Okay, Virgo. A lot of spiritual connections here, guidance around you. 10 of Cups is showing a lot of happy times, a lot of fulfillment, opportunities to have that. I think you're going to realise what is important to you this week, Virgos, and really sort of step it up as well. I'm getting a happy, abundant feel around you. There could be, you know, times that you can get together with family. I mean, I know that we're restricted to small groups and things like that at the moment, but, you know, things are easing. I think here in Spain it's sort of up to 15 people, though we still got social distance. but there is that reconnection again from people. I'm seeing people traveling, which I know is starting to happen around the world, people starting to travel towards people, and there's a feeling of reconnection and reunited. But you've got a lot of protection around you this week. I feel if you need guidance, you can ask upon it, because there's going to be people up there waiting to help you. And if anybody has passed, and I'm really sorry for anybody's losses who's a Virgo, I'm for everybody's sign, but you know, if you felt that loss, that you know you have got protection and you've got guidance there, you've got help, so ask for it. What's important, this is what I want, this is what fulfillment is, this is what happiness is. And at some point in the week, you're going to feel this sense of like, oh, you know, this is amazing, you know, this is, I'm so lucky, you know, I'm so full of gratitude and love. So let go of the fear, guys. All right, let go of the fear. This is sort of contradictory to this, but I think that this card is saying that you've got the answers inside, you've got the protection, you've got spirit around you to help guide you. So let go of the fear, because fear is just going to block you. All right, fear is can come from triggers. It can come from many things, but a lot of it is unknown. You know, it's not what we don't know. There isn't anything to fear really, but we create it because it's easier. You know, because then we're ready, we're more protected. But what you're being told is that you have got the protection, and you've got everything you need around you. So call upon that, call upon the love, call upon the fulfillment in your heart, and that will fill up and that will disintegrate with that. I think some of you may have an issue or a question around somebody, you know, having questions around someone in your life, or feeling, just getting a sense of that. Are they going to leave me? Are they going to, am I good enough? That kind of, anybody else, anyone out there watching, you know, I feel like just let go of that. Let go of that, because, and call upon the things you do know. You know, don't dwell on that side of things. I'm just going to move my leg because it's gone numb. Dog, can you move? Clamped. Absolutely clamped in my bed. Psychic in pajamas. Okay, Libra. Let's see what you've got. Okay, you may be. It's crazy. I just wake up. This is what I'm going to do, because otherwise I'm never going to get these done, am I? Right. See me, my soul bear. This is who I am in the morning, guys. Right. I'm normally starting work at this time. Right. So, and there's a cat. All right, Winnie. All right. It's outside wanting to come in. What are we on, Libra? I'm completely lost. Right, okay, I feel like you might have changed your mind about something as well. There's a sense of, I was going to do that, I was going to go for it, but now I'm not so certain. And you may be afraid that if you don't agree, that you may be pushed out in the cold a little bit, okay? There could be an offer on the table, somebody coming in and you want to take it because you're feeling a little bit lack of, you know, maybe you need the money, maybe you've been waiting for a job and you don't want to sort of listen to your actual heart because it's not sensible, and actually you've still got to put food on the table. And my advice is listen to yourself and trust, okay? I can't tell you to not take something in staff, okay? If that's the case. What I would say is go back to the drawing board and see what you can eliminate and find the balance and see how long you can go. But if something really isn't what you want, then there's no point just taking it. There's lots of offers being given now for people, obviously with work is changing and everything, because obviously companies are streamlining, and you know, and people are getting laid off because there isn't the finances to go around, you know, to support employees, and you may be offered something different, and it could be that it doesn't feel right and you'd rather stay with what you had because that's safer. But is that making you happy as well? Do you know what I mean? Really look at what's making you happy here. I'm getting the sense that this week you may be led by money and figures rather than your heart, and Spirit is saying that where there's one offer, there's more offers, okay? And it's interesting, I've only just noticed these poppies, and to me this is a sign of death and rebirth, and but also courage and survival, and that, you know, he's holding a piece of bread, all right, and he's a king, and he's looking at his resources, he's looking at the simple thing, and that's what they're saying is, remember you have yourself, remember, you can always make something work. Don't live in lack. Look at what you've got to create, what you can expand, be expansive. Don't sort of just cut your mind off and think, I can't do that because I haven't got this, haven't got that, haven't got enough money, haven't got, just say, okay, what do you want to do? What is really important to you? What is your biggest dream? And then start at the beginning and look at how you could carve that dream or something similar to give you the same feeling or the same feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction. But don't be afraid to step away from something if it's not right. Because it's retrograde time, it isn't the best time to throw yourself into something you don't want. But Venus may cause you to want to do something because you want to be liked. You don't want to look bad or you don't want to look ungrateful. But that isn't a reason to take an opportunity. So you could be sitting there going, "Oh my God, I've just been given the biggest promotion in the world, but actually I just don't really want this anymore because I've been quite enjoying having time off, and I've started to really like my home." Or somebody's saying, right, you can take 50% of your wages and have a sabbatical if you want. You've got an option, and you're thinking, well, I can't do that because I won't be able to pay the mortgage. Well, what would make you happier? Do you like the job anyway? And could that sabbatical give you an opportunity to go and find something new, something better? Could you make it work? Don't knock anything out of the pond yet. Could this be an opportunity? I feel like this week is an opportunity rather than a loss. And I think that's the biggest message. Look at the opportunities and things that may cause you fear or worry. And this is interesting because it's showing that things are coming round again. You're getting opportunities again. Things are coming together. And also remember, what goes around comes around. This reminds us a bit of a karmic card, really, especially in love. If you feel maybe somebody's decided, they've walked away, maybe a relationship is changing this week, and someone said, actually, I'm not going to support you anymore. I've got a job abroad and I'm leaving. And you think, oh, great, thanks a lot. So you've just left me with everything, the kids and everything. Not that I'm saying it's going to happen, so don't get scared, but it could be a scenario where you feel lack, because this is a card of feeling like I've been pushed out, I'm all on my own, what am I going to do? But actually, you do have a lot around you. That's what it's saying, you've got the resources. But this is showing that things come back around again, Everything is continuing, everything is a flow, there's a reason for everything. So connect with that. And and I've said to other signs, if love is real, it will come back. Okay, so I think this is a real sort of think about self week, isn't it? I think Scorpio, hi fellow Scorpios out there. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so there's a big calling this week. Something is urging you to do something. I feel there's a new path opening, and this is about getting the balance. Now, this could be a contract offered, some kind of opportunity given to you. Make sure that you have got what you want as well. It may be very easy to go, yes, 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 everyone loves me. Oh my God, I'm so grateful. This is so wonderful. Oh my God, it's going to change my life. Everything's wonderful, and then you realise that you've signed your life away. And something in that contract isn't that fabulous. All right, so make sure you know what you're doing, you've got time to do it, and everything works in your favour. Because somebody out there might be thinking, great, I've got her just where I want her. All I've got to do is throw this in front of her, and I know what she's worth, and you're not realising what you're worth. If somebody's come to you with a massive offer, they know what you're worth. Okay, they wouldn't come to you otherwise, would they? And I feel like something big is coming. Something really big, something that could change the world. Change your life. That'd be good, wouldn't it? So I have been manifesting big things this week, so I'll let you know if it works. But this is showing there's a lot of love around you, there's a lot of support, and I feel like if you talk to your loved ones, now this is something I wouldn't normally say, knowing my own family setup, but I feel like people are going to be really there for you this week. I do feel, even though Venus is retrograde, you're going to feel the love. There's going to be times you can really connect. If you're in a relationship, I feel things, could be really warm and fluffy. If you're not in a relationship, this could be a time that you know, you feel this calling that somebody comes in, maybe that's the offer. It could be someone from the past coming back. But again, this is what I call the card of give and take, really. The Six of Coins is about give balance, you know, and whole. So make sure that even if you feel that pull towards a soulmate or somebody's coming back in, make sure it's on your terms. Because if they've come back for you, they've come back for you. They've come back for a reason. Find out why. Don't just gloss it over because you feel fabulous, you know, and everyone loves me, you know. Make sure that it's on your terms. Still stick to those boundaries you've created. I feel, Scorpio, as you come through so much struggle and so much, you've overcome so much and really started to wake up to many things on a spiritual level. So don't, you know, go backwards. Remember, you are strong because you've done that. You've realised it. You've become aware. So if you've got that awareness, then fabulous. It's all good, all good. So it could be a fantastic week. New path. Oh, hello, Sagittarius. Hello, Ten of Coins. Wish I had that. Okay. Okay, right. So Sagittarius. There could be a windfall this week. You could get an extra bonus. Something could come back from tax, that kind of thing. Somebody could offer there's something falling on your mat this week. I feel like something's coming through the door and it's like, oh my God, you know, this could be really cool. And I'm seeing figures written on a piece of paper. But there's a battle with this. Now, I don't know whether it's because you don't know what to do with it or everyone's arguing. Maybe it's an inheritance. This is also a card of inheritance. So if anybody's lost anybody, I'm really sorry. You know, I'm not saying someone's going to pass this week, but you know, you could have been waiting for some money to come in, but there seems to be a battle about who deserves what. I feel like you need to keep it to yourself, the information at the moment, because whatever's coming is coming for you. It's not coming for anybody else's eyes at this point. Decide what you want before you go. And this is you here in the back. This is where you going, right, I'll just go and do my own thing and they can all just let them fight. Don't get involved in the battle. Don't ask. I really feel like you shouldn't be asking other people's opinions or being influenced by what everyone else wants. I feel whatever's has been dropped, has been given to you, has been given to you. You know, it's not about, although it's nice to share, don't get me wrong, it's not for everybody else, whatever is coming to you, okay? It's not their life, it's not it's not about them. It's your decision. I feel like you've got the control, okay? And it could be something, a bonus that you've earned, you know? But keep your heart open, still love, still understand them. Don't get involved in the anger because it could make you angry. Do you know what I mean? You could get involved and get really aggravated by it, and that'll block what you really want to do. So be loving, be assertive, tell people what you're going to do when you're ready, and enjoy the abundance around you. I feel like this is to do with loving yourself as well. This is a big message this week, that the abundance could come in that way, that you start putting your needs first, you stop listening to everyone else, you stop getting involved in everyone else's brawls, and suddenly everything changes and there's your windfall, okay? So you can come in many ways. But the biggest message is that you are the most important thing, because when your heart is happy, hello, I've just lost you for a moment because this is live. Okay, right, Capricorn. Right, the world is opening up to you this week. You've got more than one option, okay, and it's going to be very, very clear. You could have two opportunities put on the table. Two people could offer you the same thing. Some travel is going to be involved this week. You could get, suddenly it's the go-ahead to move ahead with, with a project. Oh, excuse me, again, my feet have gone numb. Get off my legs. But definitely it's time to expand, it's time to put yourself out there, and I feel like everything's getting moving this week for you, Capricorn, okay? But there's definitely, I'm getting a sense there is a journey that has come up that you've been putting on hold, obviously again because of lockdown and restriction, that it's now time to take it, and you're realising that I've got to do this now. I get the sense your soul is crying out to move forwards with a situation. It could be an idea, it could be, you know, I put this job on hold a long time, now I'm going to go and do it. I put this idea on hold a long time, I'm going to put it out to the world. The world card is showing that you've got, you know, you can create what you want. You know, this is, everything is there for you at this time. So this is a wonderful week for you to really get things going. You know, play your own tune, guys. You know, this is, exciting. And I've got this card, Heart Revelation, which to me is showing that something is going to be shown to you. There's awakening happening. Now, it could be that you put all your love into somebody and you realise that they were in love with someone else, okay? Um, or you realise that it was something wasn't what you seen, what you realised, and that's what spurs you on, and you think it's time to do it. There's definitely some kind of, it's not like a tower moment, it's just, but it's that sense of, why have I not been doing this anyway? You know, this is I've got to get on with it now. I can't keep holding back. So I think a lot of you could have been asking for a sign already to move forward. Now, whatever journey you take, you're going to meet new people. There's more connections out there. You're stepping into a new cycle and things are opening up. I feel like it's like you're stepping out of this paper bag. You've made a little hole. You've seen what's out there and now you're like pulling it open and you're stepping out into the world. You have got what it takes. That's what I feel. This is a message to somebody in particular. I don't know if there's anybody that knows anyone called Beryl, because that's the word that I'm getting, the name. She's saying just get out there and put yourself out there and grab hold of life because it's still there to live. Breathe, that's what she's saying, breathe. So if anybody can connect with Beryl, then that's for you, that message. But it is for Capricorns in general as well. You're on a new journey now. Whatever you decide that is right for you will be the right way. All right, you will get. It's about trusting that somehow the universe will get you where you want to be as well, and saying, look, okay, I'm doubting this right now, or I'm unsure, but just show me what I should do. Aquarius, sudden change for you this week. I feel love could come in. Somebody could declare their love to you this week, which is exciting, isn't it? Ooh, could be fun. Yeah. Are you Aquarius? Okay, all right. Okay, this is like, look, exploding heart. This to me is showing that something amazing could happen at any moment. This is so exciting. This King of Wands, this is somebody that is confident, they're self-assured, they get on with things, they're quite active. Hi Stacey. And they know what they want. Okay, this is, I feel that maybe the reason, the feeling I'm getting around this card for some of you, if somebody is going to suddenly declare their love, this isn't somebody that would normally do it, but now they're in that position, so they suddenly feel really confident and motivated to spill their heart, and to say what they feel. It's like this urgency in them to say what they want. Don't be surprised if some luck comes in from nowhere this week. I feel like you should be confident and really accepting of it and really excited by it as well, and just use it to get you where you want to be, actively take whatever is given, accept it and then run with it. It is going to be surprising. And it could be a job offer. It may not be somebody telling you how much they love you, but this Eight of Wands is often the arrows of love coming through, and but they're like whoosh down a new path. Something could change at any moment this week. I'm getting Thursday, Friday time, but don't sit and wait for Thursday or Friday. Just get on with what you're doing. But really, this is explosive. I think this is just going to blow your mind, whatever this is. I mean, it could be somebody at work coming up to you and saying, look, you know what? I've been thinking about making you the CEO. How about that? And you're like, I was just like in the package room. What's going on? Well, you were nice to me and you gave me some good advice. Off you go. And you're like, what? It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Or, your boss turns around and says, I've been in love with you for years. And you'd be like, oh my God, really? Let's get married. Maybe not that. And I would be a little bit wary of some of, if somebody does open the heart, still take it steady, all right? Because just because someone tells you they love them doesn't mean that you have to love them back, all right? Because with the Venus retrograde, you are going to be feeling a little bit like you want the love, you need the love, it's everything, just go, wow, this is amazing. And just take it as a sign that, you have been doing a lot of self-love for yourself. You've been doing the right thing, that the good stuff's coming. Just be grateful and then just take it at your own pace. Keep this boundary strong. This is your chance. But I do think something is just going to come out of the woodwork this week. It's exciting. So please let me know, because I want to know everything. Hello. Right, so last of all, Pisces. Right, let go of all the stuff you're carrying. I feel like you're worrying, you're probably doing too much. Something has got to stop, all right? And I think this week you're going to finally close the door on something. It's funny because in the main reading, I saw closing the door, and things, some people just shutting down on things. And I just think enough is enough this week for you. I think something is going to come to a head. And look at her, she's like, no, it's got to stop. But it's important because something has to stop in order for you to move forwards, because something has been blocking your progress. You're so close, I feel. I feel like you are, you know, going towards what you want. You're getting really close to what you want, but you're just carrying too much and it's slowing everything down. Look, his back's breaking. He's like, oh, I can't take this anymore. And I don't know why he's carrying all that. Why would a card carry that? Is that the card's job? There's someone following on behind. Look, there's a little hedgehog coming behind him. It's like, are you carrying his stuff? Are you carrying someone else's burdens? Are you doing more than you have to? I'm just getting the sense that you're like suddenly waking up and going, you could have done that. Hang on, this isn't, why has this become my job? It's time to cut the cords. You may shut down a relationship. You might shut off I was seeing somebody going in to an office at work and saying, I'm not doing this anymore. This isn't, I'm carrying a team's work when the team should be doing it, and supporting me, that kind of thing. So what have we got? What cards have we got here? Okay, sorry, I've got this card again, the Two of Hearts. So this is showing that when you close a door, you will open the door to love. Okay, your heart will be happier, that people will connect with you. If you feel at the moment you're what you want, people they're disregarding you, they're disrespecting you, you feel like you're alone, everyone else is getting all the love and not you, and you're not being heard. It's because you're not looking after yourself, you're not loving your own heart. Okay, so it's time to offer. Hello. Hello, I'm back. Sorry, the internet does go off here. This is why I don't do things live very often. But very quickly, to carve through all the stuff in your life and give yourself back the love, give yourself back the energy, and lighten the load a little bit, because I just think it's getting heavier and heavier. And if you don't, you're going to feel under the weather. You're going to feel physically tired and stressed. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so thank you. um, Oh, you understand what I was talking about? Good. I just thought I'd get up and do this so that you got the readings this week. It has been incredibly busy. I do have some spaces this week for private readings if you would like to connect, and there is one more week of the special offer, the $33 for a full reading, audio, Skype, written, or Skype. I think I've just said that anyway. On the website www.saraparrypsychic.com, and do check out all the new things that are going up. I am now uploading all my artwork for sale. Everything is changing every day. And just bear with me because there's just so much to do. And I'm just trying to fit it in right now. But if anybody wants to time stamp these, that would be really cool. That would really help me. And I'm so excited because I am now going to the beach for the first time in nearly 3 months. I can now go for a swim, and I may just go live down there to show everybody what happened when I first got in the sea. So have a really wonderful week. If you want to contact me, then do so. And I'll probably do a Facebook Live as well. So I'll see you all soon. Bye. Love you all.